As the company, I want to walk you through the journey and the Joomba app, which is what brings us here. And the thesis of this is that the future of ordering construction materials is here. And so I'll share a little bit about Joomba, what it is that we're looking to do, where we started, and where we're going. Joomba launched in Kenya in 2022. We have been in the market the last 3 years and focused on B2B. And this means that our supply chain focus has been between hardware stores and manufacturers or distributors of construction materials. But in the last 3 years, what we've also been doing is studying and understanding the sector. What are the needs? What are the needs? What is being done? What does the customer want? What don't they want? What are they communicating needs to change? And why am I passionate about this? I'll share a little bit about my journey. When I entered construction, while I was coming from a background of construction as a civil engineer, coming into the sector, there was quite a number of barriers. You go in, you're trying to build, and you try to get the bank to approve a loan, and this is a risky sector. Are we sure this is where you go? Are you looking for a loan for something else? That was where it would begin. When you try to build, you try to source for materials, you find it very difficult to know the price, to know which quality, what is better than what. And so, having seen what tech had been able to do in multiple sectors, it only made sense to combine that world of tech that I was coming from with the world of construction, which is where I also worked in. And that is why we're here today. So the problem is that our sector is fragmented. If you're looking to build, you have got to figure out where you're going to get the materials. You have got to figure out who even sells the materials. That's the first problem. It is very difficult to know who the suppliers are if you're not in the sector. It's very difficult to know the variety. You've got to take a full day and go to different places, whether it's an industrial area, Mombasa Road, just to be able to compare, to find out what are the tiles that are available for the house that you're building. I think the fragmentation makes it extremely difficult for a nation where a majority of people buy homes. It's over 80% of people actually build their own homes, not buy their own homes. We've got to solve for this problem. The real market is the person building their own home. The other thing is opacity. Figuring out what the price is a major problem in our sector. And so, if I am putting my life's worth savings to build my home, and I have no idea, is it truly $1 million? Is it 5 million? It makes it very difficult for people when they build. Yet at the same time, we are trying to solve for affordable housing. And so thinking about this in terms of what the future should look like is, if I want to build, let it be easy. And based on what we just discussed, the pie grows because less people fear building when they know being he, when they know the step is that. So that's how to think about it. So what did the materials, what did the buyer tell us? The buyer said they want a one-stop solution, which is what Joomba is offering. They're saying, I don't want to go here. Once I have learned and understood this supplier, I need to go somewhere else. And so the one-stop solution came about. They say they want convenience. I am building, I am employed, and I am trying to build my home. I am running my business or my hustle, and I'm trying to build a home. How can I get the materials without having to have the struggle, figuring out who in the supply chain is who, figuring out where I need to go? And then I've ordered. Will I get what I ordered? Or am I getting half the order? Or am I getting that changed? That was something else that the customer mentioned. And then, of course, what is the price? How can I figure this out? So at the click of the button, the customer was saying that they want to figure out prices without moving. And so what we are offering and the thinking behind it, well, we've been in B2B, now in B2C. We are offering the future where from an app, if you can buy groceries and you can buy food and you can buy medicine from an app, you surely can buy construction materials. And that is the simplicity of it. That you can have a reliable partner, that you can have transparency, you can have efficiency in what you do. And what does this mean for the customer? All they need to do is download and log into the Joomba app. So search Joomba on Play Store or the App Store. They can browse for materials, so they can browse based on product, brand, and category. So when a supplier lists their products, they're able to see these products. Now, the interesting and difference is the customer buys directly from the supplier. When the customer lists themselves, when the supplier lists themselves, the customer is buying directly from the supplier. What Joomba does is, as a tech platform, it does the connection and supports in fulfillment of the order. So if you're a supplier, you're looking for your brand to reach the market, you're looking to reposition yourself, you have a partner that is moving in the way the new generation is building. People are using technology and they'll use it for construction. And so these are some of the things. And for the customer, once they download the order, they can pay via bank transfer or M-Pesa SDK push. And all of this, the order management is completed by Joomba. On the other end is verified suppliers. So the suppliers are listed, they are visited, are you indeed a real supplier? What product it is that you are offering? And so they come on board, list themselves, verified, and they are able to supply the materials that are needed. And so that then creates this element of trust. A lot of suppliers in our sectors have tried to go digital. And what the customer is coming and saying, these multiple players, who do I know is who? And once I have trusted this link, I can only get product X. I also now want to get product Y. That is part of what we are sold. Now, so what is different is reliability. It is that you can order from the comfort of your home. It is that there is transparency and that there is that affordability that comes from you buying directly from the supplier, whether it is a large supplier, whether it is a small supplier, whoever you're looking to source materials from. And we know that there's need. We have been in B2B, and one of our biggest reasons and why we are now doing the B2C mass market is the customer told us, you have to solve this problem for us. We would get the thousands of inbounds from developers, from people building their home, and are saying, hey, can we get this solution? There is a problem, and it's a problem that we would like solved. And so that is what we are offering the customer. The transparency, reliability, efficiency, and affordability. Now, the other market that has been a big inbound for Joomba and a market that we will be serving is the diaspora market. Over $1 billion are inflow from the diaspora, and a lot of the funds, a large chunk goes in the construction sector. And so they can place an order, they can enter an alternative recipient of goods. They're not there to receive their goods, they're able to receive their goods. They don't have to rely on somebody, a cousin, an uncle, etc., to go out and do the sourcing. They're able to do it from where they are and get the confirmation that they received the goods. So we are making it easier even for the diaspora customer. Now for the supplier, why would you come on board? Why would you do this? You've been there 10 years, 20, 30, 50 years. It is that you can now reach more customers because the customer is able to find you without seeing your physical store. Is able to find you without the legacy element because the new younger generation may not have had the same experience where they're being told brand X is who you build with. Now they know they have that ability to be able to do that. So more orders, more visibility, faster payments. The interesting dance that exists in construction is The supplier wants to supply, but is not sure whether the customer will pay. The customer wants to buy, but they're not sure whether the supplier will deliver. Now, with a tech company like Joomba, where you're in between the supplier and the customer, you are able to guarantee that the customer receives their goods and that the supplier receives their faster payments. And finally is the data analytics. What do Kenyans want to build with? Is what design, what technology, what colors, what should you stock, what should you manufacture more of? So these are some of the things that we would mention the analytics of it. So what does the future look like? It is browsing materials from wherever you are. That is the future that we are bringing with the Joomba app. It is in clarity of how much things truly cost. That is what we are bringing. It is in trust that when you place an order, what you order is what you get on time and in full. What you order is what you get on time and in full. And that you can compare prices, I think I've touched on that. You can order, and you can seamlessly be able to reduce the hassle. It does not have to be as difficult to source construction materials, and that is what Joomba is offering for the market. And to transition this, I just will play a video, a 1-minute video. So as they play the video, at Joomba, we are not, I don't do this by myself. I have some team members who are here that I will be calling to the front. And they will just stand here with me as we are about to unveil the Joomba app. So our MC is also the COO of Joomba, Piso Sangir. Please stand up and join us to the front as we unveil the app. So we have Daisy, who is our head of marketing. We have Martin, who leads our logistics and warehousing. We have Enrico, who leads our procurement, many of the suppliers know her. We have Zizi, who is in charge of all the sales and operations. We have June, our head of customer experience, and Faith, our finance manager. All right, as they're preparing the video, I would like to enlist your support in doing the countdown. So what you can do as they're preparing, you can practice, right? Because they say practice makes perfect. Yeah? Are you guys on board? Mm-hmm. Are you guys? Great.